Hello, class. Settle down, everybody. Settle down now. So today, we're going to be learning how to describe a character using specific words and details from the book. Now, when you read a book and you're trying to describe a character, what are the usual questions you want to ask yourself? Do you only use what you can see to describe a character? How they behave in different settings to describe a character? What do they look like to describe a character? Or how do they act when you want to describe a character? Okay. So when describing a character, what you want to do is, while reading, you want to look for specific details, right? Okay, class. Now that we've read chapter 3 over again, what we're going to do is we're each going to conduct our own web of ideas. Okay, so what we're going to want to do for the web of ideas, class, as you can see, I passed out one sheet of printer paper on each of your desks. And what you're going to need is you're going to need a colored pencil, a pencil, and your regular piece of paper. So what you're going to want to do is fold that paper in half, and on each half of the paper, you're going to want to make your own web. So for example, we're just going to make a quick little web right here. Don't mind my drawing, class. Hey, Nikki, I hear you. So what you want to do is simply make a web and pick a specific character out of the story. Okay. So the character I'm going to be picking is Fern. And in the story, as you can see, everybody go to page 16 in the first paragraph. It states, "It made her happy just to be near the pig." So as we can see in this part of the story, Fern is feeling happy. Now obviously your guys' web is going to be much more clean and neat, such like this. This is what it's going to be looking like. And on each side you guys are going to write happy. But my example is a little messed up because I'm just trying to show you guys a raw statement of what it should look like. Okay, now let's find another sentence in the book that describes what Fern is feeling. Okay, class, next up, we're going to flip over to page 15, please, and read with me the bottom paragraph right here. "The sheep soon got to know her and trust her. So did the geese, who lived with the sheep. All the animals trusted her. She was so quiet and friendly. Mr. Zuckerman did not allow her to take Wilbur out, and he did not allow her to go into the pig pen." Okay, so as you can see from reading that, Fern is what would some of you say? Dominic? Trustworthy, yes. So now we can write trustworthy. So what sentence specifically points out that she's trustworthy? Anyone? Anyone? Let me help you guys out a little bit. Here it specifically says, "The sheep soon got to know her and trust her. So did the geese, who lived with the sheep." So there is textual evidence showing that these animals trusted Fern with either Wilbur or themselves or their own safeties, proving that Fern is trustworthy in this part of the story at least. Okay, class, so we finished doing Fern's web. Well, I finished doing Fern's web. Now what I'm going to want you guys to do is turn over your paper, make another one, and what we're going to do together is we're all going to choose a character, and we're gonna try and find specific quotes or parts of the story where we can describe how the character is feeling in that specific moment. Okay, so does anybody have a character in mind? Dominic? Wilbur? Okay, sounds good. Okay, Dominic, so can you please find a spot in the book where it tells me how Wilbur's feeling or where it describes his emotions? Page 16? Okay. Which paragraph? Paragraph 2? Okay, I'll read this out loud. One afternoon in June, when Wilbur was almost 2 months old, he wandered out into a small yard outside the barn. Fern had not yet arrived for her usual visit. Wilbur stood in the sun, feeling lonely and bored. Was that it? Okay. So with this part of the story, we can see that Wilbur is feeling bored and lonely. So on each line, we're all going to write together bored and lonely. Okay guys, now that we finished our activity, I wanted for all of us to come out into nature just like it did in Charlotte's Web. See, the thing about Charlotte's Web that made it such a great book was that it was out in nature, and I thought, why not come out here, talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about our little lesson plan that I brought together, and maybe we could do it with different books in the future. So, I just want to know what was the best part about the book, or the best part about this lesson that you guys all enjoyed. Rachel? Okay, I could see that. Yeah, maybe we could have used better chapters where there was more excitement and more tension built up, such as when Charlotte dies later on in the book, as you guys know.